Now, it looks like help is on the way, guys. One of the things that we've been discussing is obviously what could happen to South Africa if China and US continue fighting, right? I mean, yesterday you know that I gave you the news of saying that Trump is looking at using countries like South Africa to fight China, right? Or face the consequences or suffer the consequences of getting more tariffs and more deals into South Africa being cancelled like AGOA, right? And today I come with good news, and that is Trump apparently is saying that he believes that they are getting closer to striking a deal with China, which this is good news to everyone or to all the countries globally, because you know that once those two countries strongest economy gets to strike a massive deal, then it's good news to everyone, right? Because it could have an implication if they don't get that deal, or if a deal does not come sooner, because countries like South Africa, here we could lose AGOA, we could be seeing struck with additional tariffs than the, of course, 10% tariffs that are currently existing on all of the countries doing trade with the US. So, seeing President Trump coming and say very soon he's seeing a deal coming with China, it's good news to everyone. This is what we want to see, because then it will make South Africa to continue also doing some good business with the US, right? I mean, China is our very good trade partner. I mean, we've discussed a lot as to how South Africa is benefiting from China in terms of two-way trade, right? Which is something that is always good, something that is very, very exciting. So, hearing President Trump coming and obviously gave this statement or comment, I think it's good news, right? It's something that, of course, we all want to see. We are tired, man. It's just tiring to read news, because you never know what could happen. Right now, US has imposed 245% tariffs onto China, and let me tell you something. The one of the biggest banks globally, JPMorgan CEO, came and warned Donald Trump to say that whatever he's doing, it might backfire also on America. In fact, what he exactly said, as soon on the screen, notice that he said the actualization of trade war could prove to be a great threat to the United States of America. So he's saying, in as much as America is trying to punish China, America is trying to hurt China, this could also implicate United States of America so bad in a way that obviously things don't look good for the US as well. Yesterday we also discussed about some of the big tech companies, or some of the executive of big tech companies like Nvidia, flying to China after Trump froze or suspended the exporting of some of their Nvidia's chips, H20s, right? Which that tells you that US companies know that they need China, which is why in situations like this we are seeing the chief executive officer of the companies, or of the CEO of Nvidia, flying down and going to talk with the Chinese government to say that, please guys, we remain positive, we want our relationship to continue growing, let's, of course, don't throw us outside and all that, which is something that is it's very important, and it shows you the kind of massive support that China is bringing to big tech companies like Nvidia, which is something that is great. I mean, you will know that there are so many companies in China, or tech companies in China, that are ordering a lot of chips into Nvidia, like DeepSeek, like Neo, like Leoro, like and the others. These companies are exporting a lot of chips from Nvidia, and if Trump wants to restrict these chips from being exported into China, not only is it going to obviously hurt the Chinese companies in the short term, but it's also going to hurt the revenues that Nvidia gets to generate. I mean, yesterday we were talking about what, because of $5.5 billion worth of revenues that Nvidia could lose because of the temporary suspension of the H20 chips, or Nvidia H20 chips, to China, which is something that is not good, right? So, yeah, man, the good thing is that the US right now is seeing themselves, or them and China, striking a deal very soon, which will be good news to everyone. This is something that I suppose it's something that we all want to see. I think these institutions coming and also giving these comments will help maybe even the Trump administration or President Trump himself to see that he cannot continue pushing further trying to hurt China, because it will end up collapsing the US economy, which is something that won't be good for the US themselves. So yeah, man, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll keep them coming. Tell me what you think about this. I think for now we are safe. AGOA is set for a renewal in September, and hopefully the US get to renew that deal, right, or that trade deal with South Africa, which will be so good, because you will know that we are generating over $3 billion from that deal alone. And those that might still not know what AGOA is about, it's about us exporting some of our products into the US duty free without any much of taxes that we are paying onto those products, which is good news. The same US sends some of the stuff with not much duties that they pay, which is something that is obviously good, and it has benefited, or it has made the exports of those products to grow, to surge by so much. If my memory serves me well, from 2003 to 2023, the growth in the exports that qualifies in the AGOA trade deal between the US and South Africa. When you look into South Africa's exports under AGOA has seen growth of almost 500%, while the exports of US under the AGOA trade deal has seen over 1000% of growth in the same period, 2003 to 2023, which is something that is great, and something that shows you that the two countries, this deal is important, and it unlocks, of course, billions of dollars for both the countries, which is why it is important that this deal stays. This deal does not get to be suspended or cancelled. But if it does, because as it stands, our relationship with the US, it's it's not stable at all, right? I mean, Trump still remains making remarks of saying that South Africa is a very bad country, mistreating a certain group of people, which is something that is not good at all, right? But again, let's wait, let's see. Things should get better, and especially if China and US are to strike a deal, things should get better. That is a showcase, right? Which is something that we hope that it gets to be like that, which is something that hopefully we see, of course, South Africa, uh, China and US coming in good terms, because then it will, of course, it will mean also good news to those countries, especially like South Africa, that were hit with additional 30% because of, say, Trump is saying the deficit between the two-way trade of these countries is just so unjustified. So it will be good news, it will be great news, and hopefully the deal comes soon. Tell me what you think. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because it takes me some time to make these videos, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up, um, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that at least you get notified every time I drop a new content. I'll see you on the next one, and God bless you all.